At the beginning of 2021, a mysterious case in the Philippines caused a public uproar. A beautiful, tall flight attendant had spent New Year's Eve with 11 men at an all night party. By the next morning, she was found dead under puzzling circumstances in a bathtub, making the 11 men immediate prime suspects. The story took an unexpected turn when police revealed that all the men were members of the LGBTQ community and had no connection to her death. Eventually, they were cleared of suspicion. This strange case ignited intense debates on social media, with countless theories and conflicting opinions, leaving the public with many unanswered questions. What really happened that fateful New Year's Eve in Manila? Manila, the bustling and most populous capital of the Philippines, is not only renowned for its historic landmarks, but also celebrated as a paradise for shopping and fashion. The central figure in this tragic case was Christine Angelica Dacera, born on April 13, 1997, in General Santos City, Philippines. As the second child in a family of four siblings, Christine stood out from a young age with her striking beauty, earning admiration from everyone around her. Beyond her looks, she was a diligent and outstanding student, often regarded as the ideal child by parents in her community. After graduating high school, Christine pursued her studies at the University of Mindanao in the Philippines. Known for her cheerful and friendly personality, she frequently shared snapshots of her life on social media, garnering significant affection and a growing following. Her energy and passion also led her to actively participate in beauty pageants, dance competitions, and modeling gigs, achieving notable accomplishments. In 2017, she competed in Miss Universe Philippines and impressively secured the title of first runner-up. Over the next 2 years, Christine remained dedicated to modeling and the beauty industry, though she struggled to achieve widespread recognition. Eventually, she decided to pivot toward a career many dream of, becoming a flight attendant. With her exceptional qualities, she successfully passed the rigorous selection process and officially joined Philippine Airlines as a flight attendant in 2019. To accommodate her new career, she moved to Manila, the nation's capital. As a flight attendant, Christine found fulfillment and happiness in her life. She regularly shared stunning photos on social media, captivating over 160,000 followers with her tall, sweet, and charming presence. Her online fame only grew, cementing her as a beloved figure on social platforms. However, on December 28, 2020, Christine posted a photo with the caption, "Last flight of the year." Tragically, this flight would turn out to be the last flight of her life. December 31st, 2020. A day filled with anticipation as the world prepared to welcome the new year with hope and fresh beginnings. Christine decided to mark this special moment by celebrating with friends. After some thought, she planned to invite a few close friends to spend New Year's Eve together. Coincidentally, 3 of her friends also invited her to join their plans, and they agreed to meet at the 4-star City Garden Hotel in Makati City. That evening, Christine, along with her 3 friends, Romeo Galio, Goodman, and Jana, checked into room 2209. Initially, it was a small gathering of 4 close friends. However, her 3 friends invited 8 more people to join them. This group of 8 rented room 2207, which was right next door. Notably, Christine didn't know the additional guests, and during the party, she was the only woman among the 11 men. The party quickly became lively. The 12 attendees drank, chatted, and celebrated throughout the night. The festivities carried on until 6 a.m. The intense partying eventually took its toll, and everyone drifted off to sleep. On the morning of January 1st, 2021, at around 10 a.m., Galio was the first to wake up in the hotel room. He went to the bathroom and found Christine lying motionless in the bathtub. Assuming she had simply passed out from drinking too much, Galio covered her with a blanket and returned to bed. However, when he woke up again later around noon, he decided to check on her. From a distance, he noticed her complexion appeared unusually pale and bluish. Feeling something was amiss, he approached to check her breathing and discovered that she had passed away. Panicked, Galio immediately called his 2 friends, Goodman and Yana, for help. The 3 of them, unprepared for such a situation, were consumed by fear. Initially, they attempted CPR, but it was futile. Together with hotel staff, they rushed Christine to Makati Medical Center. Tragically, doctors declared that she had died before arriving at the hospital. The cause of death was identified as a ruptured aortic aneurysm. On January 2, 2021, a forensic examination was conducted. The findings confirmed the initial cause of death, ruptured aortic aneurysm. However, the autopsy revealed several alarming injuries on her body. Bruises and scars on her right arm, right thigh, knee, and ankle. Scratches on her inner thighs and genital area, along with signs of tearing. Traces of sperm were found in her body, providing critical physical evidence. These findings strongly suggested that Christine had been severely assaulted before her death. The injuries could have contributed to or triggered the rupture of her aortic aneurysm. The Makati City Police Chief deemed this a serious criminal case, with all 11 men who attended the party classified as suspects. Among them, 3, Galio, Goodman, and Jana, were immediately arrested, while the remaining 8 were actively being pursued. Authorities issued a public appeal, urging the remaining suspects to surrender within 72 hours. As soon as news of the incident was made public, the Philippines was shaken. A young, beautiful flight attendant had died after a wild night with 11 men, sparking outrage across the nation. Public opinion quickly split into 2 opposing camps. Many condemned the group of 11 men, demanding a thorough investigation and severe punishment. Meanwhile, others criticized the victim's lifestyle, blaming her death on reckless partying and a lack of boundaries. Initially, the police announced the cause of death and focused on apprehending the remaining suspects. At first glance, the case seemed straightforward, requiring only additional testimonies and evidence to reach a conclusion. However, the investigation took an unexpected turn that stunned the public. The 3 suspects who had been arrested, Romeo Gallo, Goodman, and Jana, repeatedly claimed their innocence. During interrogations, they insisted that they were close friends of Christine Dacera. They stated that they never intended to harm her and had no involvement in her death. In a surprising twist, all 3 suspects revealed that they were gay. They testified that they had no sexual interest in women and had always respected Christine as a dear friend. According to them, she felt comfortable and safe around them, allowing her to party freely and without concern. While they admitted to drinking heavily, they denied any inappropriate actions that night. The revelation sparked widespread debate on social media, with many individuals asserting that the suspects were exclusively attracted to men and had no criminal records. The families of the 11 suspects also began to speak out, questioning the competence of the police and accusing them of drawing conclusions without conducting a proper investigation. The controversy deepened as inconsistencies in the police investigation came to light. First, while authorities claimed to have found traces of semen in Christine's body, they had not conducted DNA comparisons with the suspects to confirm its origin before issuing statements. This raised significant doubts about the validity of their findings. Second, although the forensic report indicated injuries on Christine's body, it failed to determine how these injuries had been inflicted. These gaps in the investigation raised concerns that the case might have been prematurely judged, leading many to question whether justice was truly being served. According to footage extracted from the hotel's CCTV, Christine Dacera appeared to move freely between rooms 2207 and 2209, with a relaxed demeanor showing no signs of coercion. At 11:38 p.m. on December 31st, she was seen holding a glass of wine and chasing 2 men from room 2207 to room 2209. During this time, Dacera also called her mother, telling her she was having a wonderful New Year's Eve at the hotel. At 2:50 a.m. the following morning, Christine was seen holding hands with a man, smiling brightly as they left room 2209. By 2:52 a.m., the 2 returned to the door of room 2209, repeatedly ringing the bell and knocking. At this point, Dacera appeared to intentionally kiss the man, but his body language suggested discomfort. He seemed reluctant and focused on trying to open the door instead. The man in question was Guzman, one of Christine Dacera's 3 close friends. At 4:13 a.m., Dacera, visibly intoxicated and seemingly unable to move properly, was carried back to room 2209 by another man. At 6:23 a.m., Guzman was captured on camera, carrying Dacera, still drunk, back into the room. In addition to the CCTV footage, a photo taken by one of Dacera's friends shortly before her death also surfaced. In the image, Dacera is seen sitting in front of a toilet, appearing heavily intoxicated while making a V sign with her fingers. After the surveillance videos were released, many people observed that Dacera's friends had taken care of her attentively and ensured her safe return to her room. Their actions did not indicate any criminal intent. The unfolding events surrounding the case left many Filipinos shocked and bewildered. Initially, the police announced their conclusions, issued warrants for the suspects, and launched a manhunt. But in a sudden twist, all the suspects were declared innocent and labeled unrelated to the case. This abrupt reversal sparked outrage, with many calling the situation utterly absurd. As the information spread, public criticism of the police's inefficiency and lack of transparency grew louder. Some even speculated about possible collusion between the police and the 11 suspects, noting that many of the individuals involved came from wealthy families. The public believed that the families of the suspects might have used their money and connections to influence the investigation. The outrage intensified, putting immense pressure on both the police and the government to reopen the investigation. Many demanded a thorough re-examination of the case, asserting that if corruption were at play, those responsible must be held accountable. Christine Dacera's family also rejected the initial conclusions. With so many injuries found on her body, they suspected that Christine had been drugged and abused. Although Christine had already been laid to rest, her mother expressed her unwavering determination to uncover the truth. She even stated her willingness to have her daughter's body exhumed for a second autopsy if it was necessary to clear her name. If necessary, Christine Dacera's family was prepared to challenge the police reports and medical conclusions, arguing that several details in the death certificate were inaccurate and contradictory. For instance, the claim that the body had been embalmed was incorrect. The family accused the police of working carelessly and irresponsibly, prompting them to file a lawsuit. Christine's mother even appealed directly to the president of the Philippines, seeking justice for her daughter. After an extended investigation, on January 27, 2021, the Philippine National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, held a second hearing and released its final forensic report. According to the report, Christine Dacera's heart weighed 500 grams compared to the average human heart, which is around 300 grams. Signs of internal bleeding were also found in her kidneys. The cause of death was determined to be a ruptured aortic aneurysm, ruling out the possibility of foul play. The report concluded that her death might have been caused by excessive alcohol consumption and excitement, which could have raised her blood pressure to a fatal level. The police also discovered some white powdery substances in the hotel room, but tests revealed they were merely termite dust and unrelated to illegal drugs. Separate tests conducted on the 11 suspects found no abnormalities. No illegal substances were found in Christine's system either, although traces of medication for high blood pressure were detected. However, the police were unable to explain the bruises found on her body. Christine's friends explained that she might have accidentally bumped into things while intoxicated. Additionally, when she was taken to the hospital, the hotel provided a wheelchair. Since Christine could not sit upright, it was possible that the scratches occurred during transportation. On April 23, 2021, the police released a 19-page report concluding that the evidence gathered was insufficient to classify the incident as a homicide. The report also noted that Dacera's friends had performed CPR and sought help from hotel staff as soon as they found her in critical condition. They had no motive to harm her. Ultimately, all charges against the 11 suspects were officially dropped due to a lack of evidence, and the case was formally closed.